Hi, this is a quick and easy way to solve equations with fractions in them. I think that it's going to make your solving much faster. You can solve these using conventional methods that I've taught you for solving equations, doing addition, subtraction moves, and multiplication division moves. But this trick or tip is going to cut your workload down quite a bit. So let's take a look at the first fraction, first equation we have. We have 1/2 x plus 3 halves is negative 7 halves. So as you see, each one of the fractions in the equation has a common denominator of 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the entire equation by the number 2 over 1. Now, when I say the whole equation, I mean all the values on the right-hand side, and all the values on the left-hand side. In that way, I'm maintaining this equal sign of the original equation. So when I do that, using the distributive property, I'm going to multiply 2 times negative 7 halves. Then I'm going to multiply 2 times 3 halves. And then I'm going to multiply 2 times 1/2 x. 2 over 1 times 1/2 x becomes 2 over 2x, which becomes 1x. 2 times 3 halves, the 2 over the 2, they cancel out, they become the number 1, and they leave us a remainder of 3 over 1, or 3. And finally, 2 over 1 times negative 7 halves. Again, the 2's cancel and become the number 1, and they leave us with negative 7. Now, in one step, we have managed to eliminate all the fractions and reduce this problem to a simple one-step equation, which in this case, we're going to undo what's happening to the variable by subtracting 3 because 3 is being added to. So I put negative 3 on both sides. I'm left with x because this becomes 0. And negative 7 and negative 3 is negative 10. Just think negative 7 on the number line, and it says go in the negative direction 3, and that would take you in the negative direction to negative. Okay, so this problem was pretty good and easy. It was easy to see a common denominator. But here you can see in the second problem I have 3 different denominators. We have 4, 6, and 12. So we have 3/4 plus x over 6 equal to 13/12. So the number that I'm going to choose to multiply this equation by is going to be the least common denominator of these 3 numbers, 4, 6, and 12. And that number would be 12. So I'm going to multiply each one of the numbers inside by 12 over 1. So I know this doesn't look very clear, but we're going to multiply 12 over 1 times 3/4, and 12 over 1 times x over 6, and 12 over 1 times 13/12. So 12 over 1 times 3/4, when we're multiplying, I see that the 4 in the denominator here will divide into the 12. So I do that division, and I end up with 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, and so now we are left with the integer 9. So again, I'm going to take 12 over 1, and I'm going to multiply it times x over 6, and 6 divides into 12 twice, reducing this to 2 times x, and so we have a 2x. And finally, I'm going to multiply 12 over 1 times 13/12, the 12ths reduce to the number 1 because 12 divides into 12. We're left with 13. And so even with uncommon denominators, by using the least common denominator, you can eliminate all types of fractions that you have in the equation you're solving. Okay, so now we're left with a two-step equation. We do addition, subtraction moves first. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. I'm left with 2x equal to 4. 2 is multiplying times x, so I will divide on both sides by 2. And so we're left with x equal to 2. So I hope this tip will help you in your solving and help you be more accurate in your outcome.